That was me trying to wash the stench and the germs of this movie off of me by just get it away from me. Independence Day Resurgence is the 20-year waited on sequel to Independence Day. The action careful there. The action classic I love. I love it. I've only seen it the one time and I immediately fell in love like, fuck yeah, I really like that movie. Today we celebrate our Independence Day. Fuck yeah. Really, I enjoy that movie quite a bit. It's not ironic. It is. It's a little bit of a guilty pleasure where it's like, it's obviously cheesy and overblown and silly. But it's just a fun blast of a time. That's what it is, and I enjoy it for that. So this one going in, it's like, please at least be cheesy fun or something. Just do that. Give me some fun cheese. That's all I need. And this movie stars a lot of people. Like, I mean a lot. Like, people said, oh, Batman v Superman or some of the Marvel movies like Civil War have too many characters in it. This movie has too many fucking characters, but it's got Jeff Goldblum, Bill Pullman, Liam Hemsworth, whoever's playing Will Smith's kid, Maika Monroe, William Fichtner's in this. I think Robert Loggia was actually in it. This is right before he died too, and you can kind of tell. Judd Hirsch, Judd Hirsch, and many more than that too. A lot of returning people from the original, except Will Smith. Lucky motherfucker wasn't in this one. No, he had Suicide Squad to do. He was like, oh, I'd love to do this, but I'm busy. Yeah. Bye now. And so what's this new movie about? Well, it's set real life like 20 years after the events in 1996. We're in 2016. So yeah, 20 years later. But mankind's advanced. We've taken alien technology, used it to make Earth kind of a utopia. And we don't get along on everything, but it's mostly a peaceful planet. And we're just building up space defenses like one day if they come back, hopefully we can fuck them up again. And aliens do come back and they're bigger and badder than ever. And yeah. We're gonna fight them. And it's again directed by Roland Emmerich, the guy whose only good movie was the first Independence Day, so you're hoping, well, maybe it's just the Independence Day movies he's really good at. But no, because this movie's not good. Sorry, I can't even hide it. It's just, this movie's shit. Yeah, there's many complaints about this movie that I can mention, and I'll mention pretty much everything I can think of. I would need to make a list like 10 pages long to name everything, but there's a lot. And so let's first start off by talking about all the positives. There are positives, I assure you. Jeff Goldblum is back in the movie, and I am here to make it as enjoyable as I possibly can. I'm gonna try. They won't give me anything to do, but I'm gonna ad-lib and just try be entertaining for you. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum is back, and I like Jeff Goldblum, and Liam Hemsworth had like a couple good jokes where they were sort of referential to the first movie. Remember the Welcome to Earth thing? They kind of did that and made a joke. It was funny. But some of the action looked good, okay? Roland Emmerich, the guy, he's a spectacle director. It's just like, destroy the world again and again and again and again and again and again. Boop, 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 boop. That's his thing. And yeah, the spectacle, some of the spectacle is pretty cool looking, you know? They're like zero gravity it's reminding me of like X-Men Apocalypse or whatever. Fan Four Stick, it kind of reminded me of a little. Don't remind me of that fucking movie, but it did. And some of the spectacle was kind of cool where it's like, okay, mass wide destruction. I feel nothing for it. I don't feel bad. I'm not really excited, but direction-wise, it looked mostly good. The CGI wasn't too terrible. Other parts, it was pretty fucking terrible, but at times the spectacle on a pure visual looks exciting, sorta. Looks interesting. He was able to do that most of the time. Yeah, that's kind of, like, really. Well, I like Maika Monroe, okay? Maika Monroe from It Follows and The Guest. I really enjoy her. They give her character nothing to do, no real substance, but I like her. Yeah, I think that's about it. Now let's talk about all the negatives, and there are many. First off, this movie has a serious character problem, like I said. There's too many people stuffed in this fucking movie. Just more, take it all! Like, too many people, way too many. We got all the returning cast, except for the ones that kill off, like, poor Will Smith. It's just like, oh, some shit happened, he's dead, let's move on. And then they're gonna kill a character or two in here from the old cast, like, alright, you're here because of the first movie, but we don't need you for anything, so you're dead. Okay, moving on. And then the characters they bring back, it's like, you know what? Judd Hirsch is back, Jeff Goldblum's back, Bill Pullman, and it kind of makes me sad, actually, because they're not really given anything to do. It's just like, Judd Hirsch is here to be here, but his whole subplot, he's like with a bunch of kids, and it's like, cut all of that out. It's horrible. Bill Pullman, it made me sad because it's like he's being Randy Quaid in this movie, and he serves the same purpose as Randy Quaid, and it just bummed me the fuck out. And Jeff Goldblum added in terms that he was able to make a few jokes, but his character is just like, he's the important one, pretty much the main character along with Liam Hemsworth, but it's like, if you think about it, no character really accomplishes much of anything. It's just like, they're just doing shit that doesn't really matter. It's like, poor Jeff Goldblum just kind of unraveled this plot, if you can call it a plot. Then we got Jesse Usher is playing Will Smith's kid Dylan. They needed to pick someone else, because come on, you're playing Will Smith's kid, and Will Smith's not in the movie, so we need someone to bring that sort of fun presence back. So why not make it Will Smith's kid? Make Dylan sort of grow up to be sort of that cocky, fun-loving dude like Will Smith was. Sadly, this actor has no charisma, no real acting talent. He's just dull and boring and bland. Like it could have been Michael B. Jordan and he could have been making jokes or something. No, they're just gonna give him, get ready for a close encounter, you son of a bitch, and that's kind of it. It's like, no, be funny. Don't just do the same jokes Will Smith did. Liam Hemsworth was one of the funnier people in this movie, and he also, pretty dull, boring. I didn't care about his character at all, really. I don't care about any of them. There's too many characters. Liam Hemsworth's got a sidekick that's in love with an Asian actress that's in this movie simply to pander to the Chinese box office, because her character served no purpose. She's in the movie just because, hey, China, watch the movie. We got one of your stars in it. We want to make lots of money in China. That's what it is. And there's all these other side characters. There's a there's a guy with machetes, and he was awesome. He was really enjoyable. But there's like a accountant dude walking around not being funny, although the lady sitting like a few rows behind me thought he was hilarious. There's a couple jokes where it's just like, it was the lamest, most dull joke, but she laughed about it for, I swear to God, at least a minute. And I was like, it's actually kind of funny that she thought it was so funny that I started laughing. But like, this accountant dude is there and he's in every scene. It turns out he was one of the writers on this movie. He actually contributed to the script, which makes sense, because that's why his character's in the movie so much. Because he's like, I'm going to write myself a role and I'll just live throughout the whole movie, not do anything, not accomplish anything, not be funny, but I'll be there the whole time. It's just like, throughout the whole movie, I was just looking at all these characters like, you're extraneous, you serve no purpose, just pull them out left and right. Get rid of all these characters. It's too busy. There's too much going on. It's overstuffed to compensate for the fact that the movie has no plot. Aliens are back again! And we're gonna fight them. And we need to string that out for 2 hours. And it's just like, okay. And they're not really... The aliens change a little bit. Their tech is a little bit different. But like the action scenes, it's like some of the destruction looks cool and then you forget about it quickly, and when they're actually battling the aliens, it's just lasers are everywhere. It's like a Star Wars prequel basically, and I got bored and I was just like, I don't care. I wanted everyone dead. Just end it. Kill everyone at 90 minutes and move on. I'm done with this movie. I just didn't care. The action got tiresome, tedious, and boring, and it was just lifeless. Like, I felt no tension when the action was going on and shit's getting shot at and explosions, and they really blew it. Like Bill Pullman, okay, I loved him as the president. His character in this movie made me sad every time I saw him, because it's just like, the movie took itself way too serious, way too dramatic. It's like, what are you doing with Bill Pullman? Every time he walks in the room, I'm sad. I'm like, why would you do this to this character? There's not even like a good speech. Like Bill Pullman has to give another speech of sorts. It's like, this speech has no life and heart to it. What happened to the first one? We will not go quietly into the good night, and all that stuff. It's like, he has none of that. It's just like, things are bad, but we're gonna fight back because it's Earth, and that's what we do, and... like, it's just... Why? It makes me want to hold Roland Emmerich down, take the first movie, and shove it down his fucking throat. Like, really, this movie, it's just... If you like the first one, and I really do, it's just a slap in the face over and over and over, and I'm not gonna take it. Eventually, I'm gonna put my hands up and fucking attack back, because no! A tedious, boring, dull action movie with no life to it, no fucking flavor. And all that cheesy fun from the first movie, all that spectacle, exciting action, it's all dull and lifeless and bland, boring, stupid characters. The characters that return serve little to no purpose and just make you sad seeing them. Independence Day Resurgence is probably one of the worst movies I've seen so far this year, and the fact that this movie took 20 years to get made, like, we'll wait 20 years to give them this slop of shit sequel. It's infuriating. I would give Independence Day Resurgence a fucking F. Now, is it maybe D level? Like, come on, it's not that bad. Maybe. But you're doing a sequel to a really good movie that I really enjoy. And you're taking all the heart and soul and everything, ripping it out, giving me nothing in return, a dull, lifeless movie. Is some of the spectacle good looking? Do the effects mostly hold up? Is there a few jokes I laughed at? Yeah. It's not enough, buddy. It's not enough. So yeah, this movie gets an F. I give it no mercy. Pray for mercy? I'm afraid my condition has left me cold to your pleas of mercy. Freeze well! I turned the fucking Mr. Freeze on this movie. Really, I gotta get my fucking ninja stick out that my grandpappy gave me and give this movie a whooping. So yeah, comment below, tell me your thoughts on Independence Day Resurgence. I'm getting sweaty again. I went a little overblown, over the top on this movie, trying maybe a little hard, but yeah, the movie made me mad. Made me mad, it just bored me to death. Fuck this movie, okay? So comment below, tell me your thoughts on the movie. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.